Good evening everybody and welcome to another beer review. Unfortunately the last one for a good couple of weeks because I am going to Peru. Rest assured though, I'm going to be taking this little camera with me so I will capture as much as I can about my adventures out there. I really can't wait, and it's a completely last minute decision to kind of go. Essentially my mum's going because with work and her colleagues pulled out and there's a spare ticket and it's all paid for, and she asked me if I wanted to go, to which my response was hell yes. Hell yes, I want to go to Peru. Pretty please, please can I go to Peru? A lot of begging, and I managed to get time off work as well. So I thought I'll do something a little bit special, something I've been saving for a little while. And we're going to be trying the Durham Brewery and their Hellfire beer. Look at that for a bottle. Isn't that cool? A good little tattoo that would make. It's a 10% beer. I believe it's a Russian stout in style. But, and most importantly, I remember I'm a chili nutter. It is brewed with chilies in. It's a winter warming ale brewed for Christmas in 2012. Contains water, barley, wheat, hops, yeast, and chili. It says temptation in chili and an erotic embrace of sumptuous sweet malt and throat-burning fire. So I'm really looking forward to this. I love chili. I love things that are hot and make me sweat and make me go and cry and tears and hiccups, everything. I'm a huge fan of chili. I know nothing about the Durham Brewery, apart from the fact that they are award-winning and they've got a quite good reputation. People I know in the brewing scene speak very highly of them and of what they do. In particular, their high-strength beers, 10 ABV. This will be one of them. Interestingly enough, this bottle is limited to 1,000 bottles. This is a limited edition. There's only 1,000 bottles of these kicking around. It is bottle fermented, it says. Won't be able to see anything because the bottle is very, very dark. It's a very, very dark coloured brown bottle. So without further ado, let's go in blind and give it a try. I'm going to do a quick shout out as well, as we get some nice steam off the top, to the House of Trembling Madness. House of Trembling Madness out in York, where I managed to pick up this beer. It's kind of a relatively new shop. I don't know how long it's been around, but it can't have been more than a year and a bit, if that. This is where I managed to get this beer. They are one of the best beer merchants I have ever seen. They have some fantastic things in stock, from just the most bespoke beers from around the country. Just going to shake it a bit and get rid of all the yeast at the bottom, try and get it all in. Try and get all that sediment in as well. There we go. Final little bit. Really go check them out if you ever find yourself in York. They are such a good place. They're amazing. And their sister bar, Evil Eye, a couple of doors down from House of Trembling Madness, does the best food in all of York. So, here we are. It's got a fantastic, nice 2-finger-ish, 1.5 finger head, tan colour, and the beer is dark, absolutely pitch black, and it's kind of absorbing light. It's a black hole of a beer, that. A black hole of a beer. Pop my nozzle in, not literally this time, and the predominant aroma is just luscious and dark chocolate. A really heavy malty body. And you know what? And this makes me happy. It's tickling the back of my nostrils. There's a chili burn. There's a chili burn in the aroma, let alone the taste. Oh, it smells like... You know, it's old-fashioned and vogue at the moment to have those chili chocolate bars. It smells like one of them. It smells like a good old chunk of that. Oh, it smells so nice. And sugary and sweet. So, without further ado, let's get on in there. I can't wait. I can't wait around any longer. Cheers, guys. Ooh. Hot damn. I've eaten ghost chilies before. I've had the Chili Jam Man's Three Peaks, which is a phenomenally spicy hot sauce. And... that one's making me go, that's burning the back of my throat like no one's business. Oh, heck. It's got a nice level of carbonation as well that fizzles and rolls off the tongue. And you get this nice interesting effect from going, God, it's almost like a wave kind of effect of this carbonation kind of rolling you're drinking it, it's going onto the front of your tongue and going down, and as it goes down, as that carbonation kind of washes down the back of your throat and the flavour follows with it, you get the chili burn, starts at the tip of your tongue, goes all the way back, and from the back of your throat all the way down is always wonderful, wonderful warmth. In terms of flavour, I am quite disappointed. I thought I'd do the good first, get that out of the way, because the first sip I took of this, I thought, oh okay, because it's watery. It's really watery. I don't think, I cannot find a humongous amount of flavour in that. There's inklings of chocolate, inklings of dark sweet molasses, but overall it just lacks a bit of a punch. I can't tell whether it's because the chili flavour is predominant and is overpowering other flavours inside the beer, and hence they need to increase the malt load, increase the sugar level, increase the gravity of the beer to try and counteract that or complement it, or whether the mouthfeel is so off that it's not letting it coat my tongue. Had to burp. It's not letting it coat my tongue well enough to be able to get the flavours through. Interestingly, and I just had another taste just to make sure, I find quite a nice little hoppy note at the back end of it. So, unlike its colour, which is deep, dark and heavy, I would suggest a high malt body presence, there seems to be a definitive lack of it, and there seems to be a quite floral little bit of aroma at the back end of it. Now it does say to serve this at 10 degrees Celsius, and this is being room temperature for this, because I know when you get to Imperials, let them warm up, it's like a glass of red wine. Let it warm up, let it get some flavour into it. Just giving a bit of aeration as well, hoping that'll add something else into it. If you treat a beer like a good glass of wine, you're more likely to get some good flavours out of it. It's a good tip that I heard from a friend of mine, and it pays dividends. I'm going to try something really strong and that really deserves my respect and attention. I'll let it warm up. I don't care if it's warm, and I'll aerate it a bit to get a bit of flavour. But it still has this void, this little void of flavour that I think needs filling. It just lacks a little bit of that malt body presence. It's definitely more predominant later on in the aftertaste. You get that stouty flavour, traditional chocolatey, dark, and it's quite bitter in that respect as well. So maybe you could describe it as espresso or coffee kind of flavour. But it's not in the forefront of your taste and palate. At the forefront of the taste and palate is this kind of that feeling of warmth and of chili burn going across your tongue and then going down your throat. And you know what? Maybe that's what they're going for. Maybe that is what they're going for when they were making this beer, that chili's going to be such a predominant flavour. And it's nice to see someone going out there and popping chilies in a beer. There's a lager going around that you might have seen, it's a chili beer. It's like Paint Stripper, and disappointed me massively. But simultaneously there's the Mexus Ranger, I think it's called, that uses chilies as well, and I've heard nothing but absolutely humongous rave reviews, as I always seem to do when anything has the Mikkeller name attached to it. This one, so close to being something brilliant. That chili flavour is very innovative and very different, and it's pleasant, and it complements the beer style. I think it complements the beer style very well, in fact, and it masks the 10% ABV as well, which I'm not feeling in particular, because I'm feeling more of a chili warmth down my stomach, and I guess the two kind of combine, the warmth of alcohol and the warmth of chili, to a very pleasant effect. The chili's nice and lasting, and the first few drinks were pretty full on and strong, but getting less acrid as time progresses. Just needs a little bit more malt, I think. I think it needs a little bit more malt. There seems to be a nice balance of hops, but malt body just... And considering it's so dark, and considering it's got a nice tan, no dark brown head, I'm not sure if there's much they could do, much more they could do. It must have had quite a high gravity when they were producing it, especially to produce a 10% ABV beer. But having said that, I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. And it might seem like I've been slating it for most of this review, but I still want to say that this is, I think without the chili, without such a strong chili, pungent chili flavour, would have been a very good stout. And with the chili flavour, it's definitely something innovative and different. It just doesn't reach the levels that I would like it to see. If it had just a little bit more malt in it, and it just needs that little bit more sweetness, a little bit more chocolate, just to raise it to the next edge, raise it to the next level, it would be getting in the 9s and progressively pushed towards 10s. You know, really tip my hat to Durham Brewery. I can definitely enjoy this beer, sit down and enjoy it. It's just not going to go in the Hall of Fame for me. So go out and give them a shot, see if you can pick up a bottle. There's only 1,000, it's limited edition. If not, they've got plenty of the bottles. They've got one called Damnation as well, which is also a Russian stout. Pardon me, burping, this will make me burp. It's also a Russian stout, it's just brewed without the chili. So it's much the same as this one. So if you can get your hands on that one, give it a taste of the malt, give it a taste of the stout, and tell me what you think. Tell me if you think I've been fair in saying that it's a very good stout, but maybe the chili is just taking something away. And as always, like, favourite, comment, subscribe. Request anything you like. If you want to see more cooking with beer, do that. You know, tell me what you want to see in recipe wise. Tell me what kind of beers you want to see. I'll bring in anything. I've got tons and tons in at the moment. I've got a backlog, but I'm always looking for suggestions. And I shall see you again in the next review. Cheers. Oh, and also, before I do go, see you in 2 weeks.